Hello everybody, this is Vince the Prince, your crown prince of professional wrestling, and yes, I am back on the same day for episode 3 of Armchair Booker. Again, I am sitting in my great armchair, and this is another great feud that I've wanted to book ever since I've heard some rumors. The feud that I'm going to book right now is Kane's retirement feud, which everybody knows Kane is getting on in years and might want to retire. There was some talk about that. I don't know if he's still going to do it. Honestly, if they book him right, they can keep him around forever. I really like the guy. Good guy. I think everybody likes him. But if he wants to go, this is how I would do it. I want you to imagine, again, I'm putting us into an alternate universe, comic book style here, that Kane wants to retire by this coming WrestleMania. So, here's how it happens. Taker makes his return at Unforgiven. Obviously this is huge. He's facing Mark Henry. He gets put over Mark Henry, obviously, because Mark Henry is just there to job to big guys nowadays. And now this next idea for the feud, I cannot take credit for. I saw it, someone had posted something on YouTube, a comment on YouTube, that the Nation of Domination should be reformed. And after looking at the list that they gave, I completely agree. I say, after Taker beats up Henry at Unforgiven, you reform the Nation. You've got Ron Simmons back. Damn! You've got Elijah Burke. You've got Mark Henry, of course, because he was in the original Nation. You've got Shelton Benjamin, who's already done the Black Power heel turn at one point, but he could do it again. And this is the kicker: Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley as a full-fledged heel in the Nation. It would just work because you could have Burke doing all the talking. Burke would be the mouthpiece. Simmons would be the leader, who would just cap off whatever Burke has to say in a segment with "damn," and Lashley wouldn't have to say anything. That's the great part. Lashley wouldn't have to say a freaking word, and it would get over, because I've been watching some old videos. The Nation, well, everything WWE or WWF back then did got over so well back then, and I think if you bring back the Nation, it would be a total nostalgia run, even if you were using new guys, and it would just work. So we have the Nation come back in between Unforgiven and Survivor Series. Now, during this time, they're feuding with The Undertaker, and they take The Undertaker's symbol and light it on fire. I know this is kind of racist, but you know what? Vince McMahon does some racist stuff sometimes, and I think he would be all over it. Just like the KKK would burn crosses in people's front lawns, the Nation is burning Taker's symbol on SmackDown. That would be some huge heat, and I don't just mean from the fire. But Taker comes out and is getting beaten down by the Nation, and Kane makes the save. But at the same time, they take Kane and they stick his face into the fire, and he burns his face. So what does that mean? He goes away for a couple weeks, comes back with the mask, saying that he wants to protect the skin underneath while it grows back. So he's got the mask back. This is classic Kane. Everybody would pop so hard when Kane comes back with the mask. So we've got him back with the mask, and he brings out Paul Bearer. Again, a total nostalgia trip. If you bring back Percy Pringle as Paul Bearer, accompanying Kane to the ring, huge, huge pop. So Survivor Series, we've got the Nation versus Team Brothers of Destruction. You've got Kane and Taker, obviously, and then just throw in 3 expendable faces. So we'll say Matt Hardy and the Major Brothers. Matt Hardy and the Major Brothers are eliminated from the competition, obviously, and Kane and Taker are the 2 sole survivors of their team, and as they're leaving their segment, they walk out, and their backs are facing the audience. You know how, and Taker does his fist. Excuse the arm here. Taker does his fist. Kane takes off the mask and flashes the mask to the audience while his back is still to them, and Paul Bearer is holding up the urn, with their backs turned to the audience. That would be a great shot. That would be a great camera shot for the WWE to utilize. After that, Taker would have to win the World Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble, or before then. I'm just saying at the Royal Rumble because it would work. And then Kane wins the Rumble and challenges The Undertaker at WrestleMania. He announces that it's going to be his last match, whether he wins or loses, but he wants to have his last match against his brother. So WrestleMania comes along. Bearer brings Kane to the ring, but he doesn't know who to root for. He doesn't know if he wants to root for Taker or Kane, so he's really tossed, and the crowd is really tossed, but because of the streak going up against Kane winning another world title, in reality, Taker's streak would win over Kane winning the world title if it was Vince booking it or anybody else booking it, because that streak has to stay alive. So he pins him clean, tombstone, 1, 2, 3, match is over, and as soon as the match is over, Taker's celebrating, Kane sits up. Now, you might expect something big, a tombstone, a chokeslam, whatever. No, Kane sits up, he stands up, stare down with Taker, but they hug in the ring. And they all celebrate. Bearer and Taker and Kane all celebrate in the ring, and Kane takes the mask off to show his face to the audience again. He's obviously healed by now because, you know, Survivor Series all the way up to WrestleMania, he's got enough time to heal. He takes the mask off, salutes the fans, celebrates, says his farewell, puts the mask down in the center of the ring, and then Taker does his pose with the belt and the tongue thing, right with the mask in front of him as a tribute to Kane. And that's how the pay-per-view goes out. Like I said, this is completely hypothetical. That's how I would book it. If Kane wanted to retire by WrestleMania, that's what you would do. But, you know, this is a wrestling business, and things change day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute. And we don't really know. I just have a lot of fun coming up with these situations. And again, if you disagree, or you have a different opinion, or you think it should go down a different way, please drop me a comment. I'm going to say this again, just as a prerequisite. You're wrong, I'm right. That's just the way it goes. But I still want to hear you because, you know what, I could be wrong. Maybe you do have a better idea, but I doubt it. This took a lot of thinking and a lot of writing and a lot of research. It might not seem like it, but it did. Thank you for watching. This is Vince the Prince, your crown prince of professional wrestling. I will see you next time.